everyone, Sarah here. Today I'm talking about why I went vegan. It was the best decision I ever made, honestly it really was. So I want to talk about that. I think is what started me off on the path was just in my search for my own inner happiness. I was, a bit down on life and I got curious about the spiritual side of yoga, and so signed up to do my yoga teacher training. And I guess maybe through a bit of meditation or more about just the curiosity in the way the yogis live, and coming to the understanding that they chose to follow these certain particular rules, probably isn't the right word, but they adopt a certain way of living to cultivate their own inner happiness. So I guess it was for my own selfish reasons. So they have 5 yamas that they live by. And the first one is ahimsa, which means non-violence. So for some people, practicing ahimsa might mean, resisting punching someone down the pub or something like that. Most people might already consider themselves non-violent, but, finding a way where you can take that non-violence to the next level, for me was not contributing to the violence in the animal agriculture industry. So basically, not paying money to people who are killing animals for food. So going vegetarian was my way of practicing ahimsa, but I also followed I do try to live my life by all of the 5 yamas, and I found by doing that I've just become a happier person. And I think the reason for that is because it's easy to love yourself when you're not living in line with your morals. It's hard to feel good about yourself and okay about yourself. And once I open my eyes up to the suffering of the animals that's going on, it's just like, I can't live with myself if I contribute to that. I can't love myself if I contribute to that. And I think self-love is a very important part of being happy. If you don't have love and respect for yourself, then you're not going to make choices that are good for yourself. Also, I think it's really hard to believe that other people love you when you deep down believe that when you don't love yourself. If you can't love yourself, how can you expect other people to love you? So yeah, for me to love myself, I just can't love myself if I'm being a bad person. If I'm not living in line with my morals. So I went vegan for my own selfish reasons, but the truth is, and I think all deep down if we open our minds and our hearts and actually take time to think about the suffering that's happening to the animals, and also to the environment, the animal agriculture industry is slashing our forests, which is having a major impact on our environment, and world disasters and things like that are killing people. So we have to realise that that people are being affected as well as animals by that particular industry. And the other thing is, we all know that people are dying of starvation, living lives of suffering in starvation and eventually dying. And deep down we all care. If we put ourselves in their shoes, we would feel the compassion there. And there is enough food being grown to feed the world twice over and end world hunger. But that food, majority of the food grown in the world, is actually being fed to animals to fatten up animals, so the animals can be slaughtered and fed to the rich people or people in Western countries for food. And then that's making the Westerners suffer, because when you eat meat it causes anxiety, or the cortisol levels in the meat, and we all know now that it is linked to cancer and heart disease as well, a contributor there, not the only cause but a big contributor. And cancer causes suffering not only to the patient but also to the families that have to watch their loved ones go through that sort of thing. So basically we're all suffering as a result of the animal agriculture industry, and the only way that suffering is going to stop is by people stop spending money on meat, stop buying meat, paying people to do horrendous things that people that work in that industry, they're not happy and, you know, suffering to families and things like that because of them having to work in a violent way. So we're not supporting them in a good way. We're paying them to do something that deep down they really don't want to do. So that's my reason for being vegan. Yeah, I have to say it has made me a lot happier. I did transition gradually. I was vegetarian for 9 months before I went vegan, and it wasn't until I actually cut out all animal products and opened my eyes to everything, all of the industries, that, you know, I really did feel a big lift in my self-happiness, my inner happiness. Yeah, it's just so freeing, like to live in line with your morals. It really is. I can understand people thinking it's restricting, not being able to eat whatever you want, but it's not about that. It's becoming the person you want to be. But anyway, I want to move on. And why frugivore? So I'll call myself a fruitarian because that's the more common term, but the correct term for what I actually am is frugivore, because I do believe in eating a lot of leafy greens, raw leafy greens, as well as fruit to be healthy. I don't think it's healthy just to eat solely fruit, so I do eat my raw vegetables as well. And I do that because I have cultivated enough self-love and respect to be able to think clearly and choose foods that make me feel my best. I deserve to feel good. I believe I deserve to feel my best. I believe everyone does. And, you know, I've done a lot of experimenting, so I know what foods make me feel energized and fantastic, and I know which foods drain my energy and make me feel not so good. So it's so easy when you've got that self-love. It is so easy to feed yourself the foods that make you feel the best, and your taste buds totally change within 10 days to 2 weeks. Your taste buds totally change. So I absolutely love the food I eat. Don't want to choose anything else, and I feel fantastic. And I think the reason why a lot of people have trouble sticking to their diets is because they're ruled by their taste buds and by habits, and the big thing is they don't have enough self-love or enough self-respect, at least, to choose the foods they know make them feel better. So that lack of self-love is just not enough to override habits and taste buds, which change, like I said, in 10 days anyway. So I think the root cause of the suffering in this world is lack of self-love. And I think us as vegans, we're leaders in the evolution of the planet, and we need to be examples. We need to show the world that loving yourself is the way to happiness, feeding yourself the foods that make you feel amazing because you deserve to feel amazing. So experiment, find out what foods make you feel the best, and yeah, have a really happy day. Please post your comments and questions below. Let me know why you went vegan. If you're not vegan, let me know why you're not. I probably already know because I've been there myself. No judgments. But yeah, I wish you all a happy day, and like this video, share it, and I'll see you next video. Thank you for listening.